Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can generate twice as many emails on your list, make twice as much money in your business from the exact same amount of traffic. Let's get into it. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Penberthy. I'm the founder of AdClients.com, where we help you create, launch, and scale your online courses, your coaching programs, and I'm pleased you're here. Listen, if you are a part of my community, or if you've watched my stuff, or even if you are just selling your stuff in a similar way, then you're most likely familiar with models like, running traffic with paid ads and using webinars to build your audience and to promote your products and services. And there's lots of different ways that you can use webinars. There's lots of different sales funnels you can use. There's lots of different ways to drive traffic. Ultimately, we're looking at doing two things. When we are using a model like this, we want to build our list, we want to generate as many leads on our list as we possibly can, and we want to have a sales process in place where we can convert those leads, convert those visitors into paying clients. Now, the issue is that for most of us, or for many of us, we can't make it work, we can't make it profitable. Maybe you've tried to run some paid ads, you've run some traffic, and it hasn't been profitable. That could be the problem of the sales funnel, it could be the problem of the ads, it could be a multitude of reasons why that's the case. What I want to share with you here today is how we can generate double the amount of leads, and in so doing, double the revenue in your business from the exact same amount of traffic. Now, if we can do that, we've effectively doubled the chance that we have to make that process profitable. So let's get straight into it, and I hope you find this helpful. Let's say we're running ads online. You're running Facebook ads, you're running YouTube ads, and let's say you're running that into a webinar registration page because that's your vehicle using a webinar. For me, that is the main thing that we do. So what we have is we have a registration page where they register for the webinar, and then of course on the webinar we're going to sell our stuff, or we're going to offer them a chance to perhaps book a phone call with us and we can enroll them over the phone. Now, one thing we can't argue with is that webinars work incredibly well to turn strangers into paying clients. Like, this is just a known fact. And for those that contest it and argue it and say other things, it's usually because they've got some new training or some kind of secret system where they want to do a bait and switch. Webinars don't work anymore. Hey, but try this. I've got the answer. It's usually someone doing a bait and switch. Those that are in the know, that are actually proactively using webinars For those of us that are proactively using webinars like myself and my clients, we know that this is our best chance at converting strangers to clients. So of course, we want to get people in to register for our webinar. Here's where the trouble can lie. As you start to scale, as you spend more money on your traffic, as you basically just push this webinar out to as many people in your audience as you possibly can, the more people see it, the more people don't opt in, the more your lead cost rises. It just naturally, your cost per lead will start to go up. So what we'll find is that it might cost us to get someone registered for a webinar. At the moment, it could cost anything between $20 and $30. Now again, that is at a level of spend. We just surveyed our clients earlier on today, and some of our clients are getting webinar registrations for $3, some are $5, some are between $6 and $7, some are between $1 and $2. So when you are playing at a slightly lower level, maybe $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, you can generate those numbers. But when you're at scale, my company right now, we're doing $400,000 a month. When you're at that level of scale, your costs just naturally rise. So let's even go with the top end. Let's say it's $30 per webinar registration. We are still profitable at $30 for a webinar registration. All things considered, my company still profitable, so we are happy. However, suddenly dawned on me, over here, we're getting X amount of people that join our email list, yeah? If we have 100 people registered for our webinar, we're getting 100 people on our list. What if there was a way where we could get webinar registrations for $30, but we had some other additional entry point in front of that got us even more leads before they got the invitation to register for the webinar? That's when I had this idea. What if we have an ad that goes to a lead magnet, which then goes to a registration page for our webinar. Okay, one additional step, which is a lead magnet. Now you might say, well, John, surely if you put an additional step in front, your ultimate lead cost for the webinar is going to be even more, because it's going to take more people to push through here to get them to even see this part. It's not accurate. What we're finding is that with webinars, as powerful as they are to convert strangers to clients, a lot of people are using them. It's a larger barrier to entry. They need to make sure it's worth their time to hang out with you for 90 minutes, if that's how long your webinar's going to be. There's less information on the front end as to what they're actually going to get on the webinar, so there's a bit more resistance to register for a webinar. A lead magnet is far more impulsive. When we test lead magnets, we get a much higher opt-in rate. It is easier for someone to see a PDF or a cheat sheet or some kind of free download and say, yep, I can see from that page or that ad exactly what it is that I'm getting in exchange for my email address. I'm going to go ahead and opt in. So traditionally, we'll get cheaper lead cost here. So what I was deciding is, well, let's say we get people opting in for our lead magnet for $10. $10 is what we're paying to have someone come and opt in for our lead magnet. What if the registration on the next page went straight to a webinar and we only had a third of those people register for the webinar? So we have 100 people that opt in for our lead magnet, and what if of that 100 people, only 33 of them registered for the webinar on the next page? That would still give us a $30 per registration for the webinar. Hopefully you're tracking with me, and you might need to go back and listen to that again. $10 lead magnet leads, 33% of those on the next page register for the exact same webinar. That would give us a lead cost for the webinar of $30. So now we're paying the same, but guess what? We've got 3 times as many people on our email list. Okay, now that right there is the difference between having, let's say we're at scale, that's the difference between having 10,000 people on our email list and 30,000 people. Now, for those of you that are in the know, if you monetize your email list correctly, you should be making at least $1 a month per subscriber on your list. That's the bare minimum. So if you're looking at the bare minimum right now, with this version of the campaign, where we are spending the same amount on traffic, we're getting ultimately the same amount of people into our webinar for the same price, okay? Well, now we've got $10,000 a month in additional revenue from those subscribers on our list, whereas now we've got 30,000 people. If you're getting $2 per subscriber per month on your list, well, that's the difference between $20,000 a month and $60,000 a month. Same funnel, same webinar, same ads, same traffic, but we're getting 3 times as many people on our list. So our long-term income is going to triple. So we recently implemented this and the results are looking really good. We're actually finding that our lead magnet cost at the minute is $10 to get someone to take this. So we're right on track, and that's literally the first few days of running it. So we'll keep optimizing that down. Our target will be 5. And we're actually finding that 40% of people take the webinar on the next page. And we are also optimizing that. That's only the first couple of days. We're going to have a bunch of emails that go out to people that register for the lead magnet to remind them to register. So we're anticipating that we'll get that up to 50%. So if we were to get our lead magnet cost down to $5 a lead, which I believe we'll do, and if we can get our webinar registration on the next page to 50%, which I believe we'll do, that actually takes our webinar registration count to $10. So now, if we do this well, which me and my team can, we're actually going to, with this model, get even our webinar registrations for 3 times cheaper. Okay, so anyway, I know for some of you that's a lot to take in. For others of you, you're saying, oh my word, I'm chomping at the bit. That makes so much sense. I'm going to go ahead and implement that immediately, and I hope that you do. And come back and let us know in the comments box of this video the results that you get. And also just let me know what you thought of this video. And shameless plug, if you want me and my team to help you with this stuff, we live and breathe this every single day. Webinars is our main vehicle. We've generated over $10 million in course sales and coaching sales, using webinars. We've got paid ads dialed in. We've scaled our business. We know the journey that you, for your course or your coaching program, need to take to be able to get to the consistent revenue numbers per month that you want. If you're interested in getting our help or inquiring about how that looks and how much it is and what you get, then there's a link in the description box. Go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to a page. You can hear about our coaching, what's included, and you can have a friendly chat with someone on my team to see if it is a good fit for you. So with that, hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget, give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel. We put out a couple new videos like this every single week that I think you'll find very helpful, and look forward to seeing you in a future video.